Look at the character he played in Black Panther. That's a path that he's chosen that I think is wonderful. And I told him, even when we were talking about who was going to play the part of Walter, I said, whoever you choose, the story is so important. The project is already blessed. The fact that your eyes are bright, the fact that you are taking something like this on, which, you know, he could have took any big blockbuster film, but to reach back and do something like this was special. The story of this film is you know, it's something that you hear in sort of in whispers, but yeah, a black man who's got a great job, riding home one day, cops pull him over and say, hey, you committed a crime. You killed this little white girl in Alabama and you're going to jail, and we don't want to hear about your excuses. We don't want to hear your testimony. We only want to hear your family, who you were with at the time of the murder. And he's falsely accused, and now he's on death row for 6 years. No one in Alabama had ever been gotten off of death row. So Walter McMillan felt like, you know, at any time they, you know, clicked his cell, that he was going to die like the way he was seeing his other friends die. And then a young, brilliant-minded, fearless man by the name of Brian Stevenson stumbles upon the case, being an intern, going to all these places on death row. And I don't know if anybody's ever been to death row, but it's an eerie place. But Brian takes the case. Walter is, of course, hopeless, because you can't have hope when you're in death row, on death row. But Brian, who's played by, you know, the wonderful Michael B. Jordan, has the wherewithal and the understanding of how to get along in the South, how to come down to the South, and talking with Walter, how to speak to Southern people who mean you no good. And Brian was able to find out the unfindable and do something remarkable. When you're playing the part of someone, there's the documentary or the bio of the person, and then there's the movie as well. So I wanted to download who Walter was and then put a layer of cinematic emotions with it as well. And the impersonation of the person, what I've learned in doing those types of things, whether it be Ray or whether it be Bundini or whoever these people that really lived, is that the impersonation will kill you, but the person is the best. How he orders his food, what does he do when he's quiet, what does he do when he's not on? Like, you know, we have a certain persona when we're going out, but what does he do in his quiet moments? And so that's what you try to do, and then hopefully that person's spirit will come and sit with you. And everybody that's ever done someone like that can tell you that when the spirit of Walter, when the spirit of Ray, or when the spirit of Bundini sits with you, then you're in a good spot. Sometimes, and like you was talking to Destin, I said, sometimes it takes the messenger, or it takes the person who recognizes it and say, hey, yo, we gotta stop this. And sometimes that, I don't know, it sort of opens the minds of those who are on the fence about things and saying, hey, we may need to look at this. So when the movie company put this together, that's great that they're doing it. That's great that they're taking that upon them to tell this story, because like I said, it's needed, and hopefully, you know, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, both black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whoever, will come to this movie, see what it is, and leave that movie theater with a different mindset and say, no, we don't want to see that no more. I thought it was just so important, especially with the way we look at each other now. If you look at how people are pitted against each other, look how race is so prevalent in every conversation. So a project like this is so necessary to keep knocking down the wall and keep peeling back the stories of black men. and how we can be treated, how can we can mistreated, and how the level of I don't even know the word to explain, but it's the careless nature of how we die. It's the careless nature of how we go to jail. It's the careless nature of everyone when it comes to Black folks. So I thought it was necessary.